Shazazz Creations, your one-stop shop when it comes to customization. Totes, tees, tumblers, hats, and more. Looking for a customized gift idea for a graduation, birthday party, baby shower, or just a unique creation of your own? Check out Shazazz Creations as seen here on Whitney D TV. Female, black owned. Use my promo in the description box down below and let her know Whitney D of Whitney D TV sent you. Thank you. Bye.
What's up, Jewel Gang? So I would like to address this white woman who goes by the name of Nikki Marie on Facebook. Her page is private, but her DMs are wide open. You see, this scarecrow thought it'd be a good idea to slide in a black woman's DM, bully and harass her over having a small disability. Pause and read. Pause and read. Pause and read. You see, this beautiful black woman you decided to harass for having a small disability when being compared to you is walking art. Black women are literally walking Picassos, which is why snow roaches like you envy us so much. You look like the cashier at H-E-B that has to call the manager every 5 seconds because you're too stupid to work the register. You look like splattered bird shit dried up on the side of someone's car. You couldn't match her beauty if she gave you an audio booklet with a step-by-step description on how to do so. And between me and you, I'm the bigger bully. Sit your ass down.
But you really lame. Did you really think you could play me? Well, you better think again. Quick to say these girls ain't loyal, but you got 7 girls take this pay up on. Now tell me who's really loyal? It ain't you. These boys ain't loyal, talking about us girls, saying that we all bodies. But us girls will hold it down, pick you up, weigh you down, and give you anything you want. You're trying to run game that's already been gonna get your heart broken. Do you know who you are dealing with? Thought you were slick, but I'll always be tired. Thought you were slick, but I'll always be tired.
What up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. If you're new, don't be. Go ahead and click that subscribe button to be a part of the Witness gang, to join the Witness Nation. Now, let's get into this, shall we? Hello, you guys, and welcome to the channel. If you're new, don't be.
I'm Whitney.
What up, you guys? Welcome to Whitney DTV. First, let's get into everything, shall we? Welcome. I would love to see where you guys are tuning in from, so please make sure to place your city in the chat and I will make sure to shout you out. What's that? Oh, home of keeping it cute so you won't get the boot. That's right. Make sure you guys please keep it cute so you won't get the boot. Okay, now what that means is that you do not have to agree with me or my remarks or opinions. This is my channel, however, and I ask that you respect me by respecting yourself. Whatever you have to say it with your chest, but make sure it is respectful. Okay, now in regards to everything that's going on with the R. Kelly trial and things of that nature, it is done. So I ask that you please respect my chat and do not spam my chat with your hashtag free R. Kellys or anything pertaining to that if we are not talking about the topic. Okay, now for nothing, you do not have to agree, so your opinion is duly noted here. Okay, if nothing further, make sure you guys do not forget to stop, like this video, subscribe if you have not, and sharing is caring, so make sure you guys share this video so I can reach a broader audience. Okay, now not for nothing, if you guys would like to join the channel, you can find the link located in the description box down below, or feel free to look above. That's right there in the chat. It should be pinned. If it's not, it should be by now. Okay, not for nothing, if you like to support me on a monetary basis, you can support me by Cash App through the money sign Whitney D 2014, or make sure you look at the bottom of the screen and there is located other means of ways to donate to the channel: PayPal, Zelle, or Cash App. Nothing more. Thank you and enjoy the show.
Hello, trolls. Beautifully animated here. On one of Whitney's lives about R. Kelly, she had to address the troll who said she was making fun of R. Kelly when she was really just bringing humor to a toxic situation, a very troubling situation. But as far as me, I am making fun of R. Kelly. Stop trying to control Whitney's channel. Peace.
What up, y'all? So I'm just gonna be coming to you guys podcast style tonight because I had a little headache and I didn't have time to get myself together, and that's even why I pushed it back. So I hope this suffices for you guys. You know, I'm gonna be reading tonight anyway. So Geronda, is she here yet? Hey, Geronda. Hey, girl. Hey. Speaking of which, you guys, before I go ahead and get into saying hello to everybody, if I can get you guys to head on over to my community tab, I have the pleasure, hopefully, if you guys voted in, I have the pleasure of reading Geronda Pace's book. Okay. So if that's something you guys would like to hear instead of Soulless by the dude or whatever, Jim or whatever, please go put your votes in. Okay. It's on my community tab. There you will see the cover. I think this is a book. Geronda, you can confirm for me or not what book it is or what have you. But either way it go, I got her permission, y'all. Woohoo! Because SOULACOASTER, I may have to put for members only somewhere because, copyright reasons or whatever, but we still working on how that works or whatever. But I got permission from the author herself. And I had somebody in the comments say, Whitney, are we going to read any of the victims, the survivors books? I said, absolutely. So I am honored to be able to to be able to read Geronda's book, and hopefully we can get my girl Geronda on to talk about her book, but we gonna talk about the logistics there. But would you guys like to hear from Geronda as well, about the book? I think that would be so exciting, but we'll talk about that later, Geronda, okay? But not for nothing, shout out to Geronda, and you guys head on over to my community tab, okay? You guys be able to at least vote regardless of what the book is. Go over and vote. Thank you, Katie. She actually put the link in the chat for you guys to go over to the community tab and vote, okay? And votes are the only thing that I'm going to consider, okay? You guys killed it with Soulless, okay? We had over 119 votes, so head on over to the community tab and vote if you want to hear this book, okay? Otherwise, we're going to go back to Soulless, okay? Not for nothing, you guys. Let me go ahead and get to these comments and say hello and welcome you guys in, because without you, okay, I will have my channel, but I don't think it will be as dope without you guys, okay? So Aaron, welcome back. He said, hey, so glad to be first. Yeah, he was here at the crack of dawn. Okay, thank you. Hey, T. Hey, West Coast Bells. Guys, shout out to West Coast Bells. Ty came on the other night and killed it. It was beautiful, to say the least. So welcome back. Hey, Miss Scott. She said, I can't wait. Hello. Hey, Quantum, Miss Griffin. And of course, my hostess with the mostest, my mod squad, Katie, pew 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 with them water guns in the chat. She don't play no games, okay? Just to let you guys know how she operate, okay? She gonna let you do your thing for a little bit, and then she gonna give you those eyes. All right, that means she's watching you, and then from them eyes, she gonna put these little water guns in there, pew pew pew, and let you know. All right. And then if you proceed to continue, you're going to get put on timeout. So I ask that you guys behave yourself before you get the boot, okay? She gives you chances after chances. Shouts out to Katie. All right, and all my other mods. I love you guys so very much. Thank you for all that you do. Hey, Jackie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Beautifully Animated. What's up? You guys, Beautifully Animated is the one that the trigger warning for you guys, okay? So you R.KELLY fans, just know, you've been warned, okay? You may get triggered. I do joke in between readings, so, tread lightly, okay? Hey, Medina, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see who else is in the building. All right, Alice, that's my dance partner, y'all. Alice and I be turning up on Fridays. Y'all got to stay tuned for our music and combos on Friday. We have a good time, okay? So shouts out to Alice, and as you guys heard me say, Geronda. Hey, honey bunches. She's in the building. So shouts out to you. Let's see who else is in here. Did I miss any? Nikki. Hey, honey. Hey, Amber. Hello, Shantae. Quana says, did y'all see the IG she had posted a while ago? It was about her life growing up. It gives a lot of insight. Geronda, you should put that back up. Okay. I can't say I have. Hey, Charnette. Hey. Okay. Welcome, everybody. I think I just said hello to everybody. Hello. Welcome. Okay. All right. Now, before we begin, I want to give a shout out, a heavenly shout out to my brother, the one and only big homie, AG. Okay. And he was one of the three shots in podcast and show with my husband, who we remember him on today. It was a month ago when he passed, and I was like, God dang, that went by so fast, you know what I'm saying? And so you guys were here to, what'd you say, baby? It do still feels, that's my husband, y'all. But yeah, man, it's just that just feels weird how time just, keeps going on. But today marks a month of his passing, and we still miss him just the same. You guys, that's my husband up there to the far left, and that was our brother in the middle, and that's our other co-host. But not for nothing, we love you and we miss you, AG. Rest up, okay? Rest heavy. So not for nothing, you guys. Let's go ahead and get into everything. Hello, everybody that are entering in. I love you guys so much. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. Now, we're about to go ahead and get into this read. I want to give a shout out to the R.KELLY case open discussion group. This is where I actually got this book from, y'all. Baby, don't pay for this book. Don't support him by any means necessary. Okay. Earlier today, we were talking about him in this alleged snitching or whatever the case may be. And, you know, I used a clip from the ladies of Fox Soul. And I want to say it was kind of disturbing. A little bit of what they were saying, to say the least, kind of irritated me. And I wanted to speak on that. I can't remember which one it was, but I think it was I think it was I don't know what's her name, the main host to the far left. She made a statement and I kind of was like, what? She kind of was like getting mad at him for snitching. And it's like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, girl, bye. Like, what's up with this whole street mentality when people are getting hurt? You know what I'm saying? Basically insinuating like, you knew you was a part of this whole pedo ring, and now all of a sudden that you're going to, you want everybody else to go down. Well, duh. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that would be not only the smart thing. Yeah, not Lisa Ray. Lisa Ray was the one who was saying, you know, that he's not good either way, in or out. I think it's sharp. The same chick that told DMX was deceased before the family did. Whoever she is, I can't remember her name. Whatever her name is. But yeah, I'm just like, girl, what? Tell me, yeah, Claudia. Girl, shut up. Okay. So that just pissed me off because I was like, what? She was like, you snitching. Now you wanna say something. Yeah, I would hope he say something. But like I said earlier, I hope they don't Epstein him. Okay. Because and you know what they allegedly said he did. But anyways, you guys, let's go ahead and get into everything in regards to this reading. Those that are coming in, welcome, welcome, welcome. You are just in time, just in store for the reading of SOULACOASTER. I pointed this out last reading. I'm going to point it out again because the significance of it with reading, comprehension, okay? Just because you talk to a person, just because you read something, do you comprehend what you are reading? Okay? So that is highly important. And let me tell you guys why I'm going to refresh this. In lieu of the trial and everything was going on, these victims, now survivors, were scrutinized. Okay, everybody and their mama was calling them liars and all this stuff like that, you know, and people are still talking about stuff wasn't proven. Just ridiculous, just ignorant. And so I just wanted, as I read the transcripts, stuff stuck with me. And I was like, okay, you know, because I comprehend what I was reading, right? And so since I comprehend what I was reading, I was able to reflect back on stuff that I remembered from the transcripts via this book. Okay, now, hold on, y'all. Now, let me put this up. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. So up to the far up left corner is an insert from the book SOULACOASTER, right? And then down bottom is what Faith Rogers said in her transcripts, okay? Now, in the book, he says, by his own words, y'all, this is an autobiography. You know, the man can't write, so he ain't writing nothing, okay? He can speak into a little mic, and it serves him right, all right? So it says in the book, when it does explode, I find myself in a new and beautiful musical place. It's taken me a lifetime to know myself, but I think I'm almost there. I'm at my best when I'm most wanted. And I know the music lovers still want great music. I know that as long as people are living on this planet, as long as they can relate to the real song about real life, I'll always be in the game. So when I heard that piece, I said, because I comprehend what I'm reading when I read the transcripts, and I don't just read just for the sake of it, it registered to me that that sounded familiar. So I mosey on over to the transcripts, and voila. I remember reading Faith Rogers transcripts and reading this. He rubs the motion back and forth, and right away, I let him know, because I was touching him, that I wasn't ready for sex. That wasn't something I was ready for. Let me take this down at the bottom. And he says, well, I'm at my best when I'm wanted. Boom. Okay. And so I had people in my comments, well, that's where she got it from. Let me just make this very clear for those people strangely in the back that are ridiculously weird. She didn't want R. Kelly. Okay. She was not into him in no way, shape, or form. She didn't really care too much to be with him. None of that. Okay. All right. So I guarantee you she wasn't reading his book. Okay. To make reference from his book. Okay. But I digress. I just wanted to point that out. Now let's go ahead and get into this book. All right. SOULACOASTER, The Diary of Me, is an autobiography by American R&B artist R. Kelly. Co-written, you know he gonna need a co-writer. You heard that? You heard that right? Co-written. This nigga is auto part, but see, he needs somebody to write it. Okay. With David Ritz. The book was released June 28, 2012. Ooh, after Geronda, huh? Yeah. Now we see why he tried to make himself look good, because Geronda was tapping that ass. Yeah. R. Kelly dedicated this book to his mother, who died in the early 1990s, and his high school music teacher, Lena McLean. Kelly shares his life story through episodic tales and exclusive color photographs. The book is divided in segments, Act 1 to Act 3. Now, we are on Act 3. We are almost at the tail end of this book. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Okay. So,
it feels like someone is
sorry, y'all. Anywho. And then the plot of it says that the book chronicles the journey of the singer R. Kelly from poverty to fame. His life begins in a rough neighborhood, being molested as a little kid by a woman, and street performing by the Chicago L tracks, and struggling to make it and provide money to his single mother for rent and comfort. Ultimately, however, he becomes a rich and successful musician. All right. I just always like to read that insert to let people know in the back, the very back, the one that's behind you, the one instead of the eyes of the world. And if you've been listening to the book, you know what I mean by that. And so let y'all know, about the book and who wrote it. This is not my book. I didn't read it. I'm only reading it because we were actually reading it to bypass time until we got the verdict. But baby, after all of that evidence, they was like, he guilty. So, it came by so fast. So here we are. We got to finish this mug. Okay. I always finish what I start. Okay. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this book. Let me go ahead and get you guys an update. So we left off with him telling us his rendition of his whole tour experience with Jay-Z. Okay. Thank you, honey. Thank you, Katie. 283. And so that's where we left off at, him telling us what happened with him in the concert with Jay-Z, and how the lighting wasn't right, and that's why he left. And then we got to hearing about him coming up with Charlie Wilson's song. Last name Charlie. Oh wait, no, last name Wilson. I was wondering if I could take you out. I mean, it's just so many songs this Negro wrote, co-wrote, thought about, spoken to existence, smoke signal that we would never know. We also found out that he wrote Fortunate for Maxwell, like, the list goes on. But at the end of the day, it ain't even about all that. We more so about all of the allegations that were put out there. And this Negro, he kind of admitted to a lot of stuff in here, But I digress, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into the continuation of SOULACOASTER, The Diary of Me, Auto, okay, audio, speak it audible, okay, by R.KELLY. All right, let's go ahead and get into it for the people in the back that think that this man, and he says multiple times that he can't write nothing. All right, so let's go ahead and continue. The story of the end of my marriage wasn't fiction. It was a real story, a sad story, like most stories, about long love affairs gone bad, and it had lots of drama. Now, in that way, I'm no different than millions of people struggling with their relationships. It gets good, it gets bad, it gets crazy. You want it to work because love is what brought you together. You want to regain that love, make it new, make it stronger, and hope it sees you through. You try like hell, you fail, but you get up and try again. Now, if you have kids, you know how much they want mommy and daddy to stay together. Divorce scares kids, confuses them, and makes them think they are the ones who's done something wrong. The last thing in the world you want is to frighten your children and mess with their security. But life can pull a man in one direction and a woman in another. No matter how much you pray to stay together, life sometimes tears you apart. The collapse of my marriage happened during the same 7-year period when the court case against me was building, while in reaction, my creative life was boiling. I knew that Drea wanted to be doing more with dance. Over time, it became difficult for her to accept that in our family, my career had always come before hers. I understood her frustration, but at the same time, she knew the deal going into our marriage. I never hid how important it was for me to have a stay-at-home wife. I knew myself well enough to understand that nothing else would make me happy. In the beginning, Drea seemed happy with the arrangements, but people change. They think they want one thing and then realize they want another. Oh, sounds familiar, doesn't it? Is that just me, or did that sound like one of the likes of Azriel says, they think they want one thing and then realize they want another? Yeah. You can change your mind. It's okay. I think that's what Azriel said. It's okay to change your mind. Oh, okay. That's life, I suppose. And that's why I started the dance studio where Drea choreographed 2 of my best tours. I thought that the studio would be enough. It wasn't. Hey, Lori. As time went on, Drea's resentment grew. I could understand that. It's no walk in the park being married to a man who likes to sing about sex and attracts sexy women wherever he goes. I also can't say that I was as faithful as I wanted to be or should have been. That's another reason why Drea lost patience with me. Towards the end, our arguments got nasty. Drea doesn't give ground, and I don't either. If we were going out and I thought her hair was styled in a way that didn't bring out her beauty. She didn't want to hear about it from me. It's my hair, she snapped. I don't need you to tell me how to wear it. Damn right. It's her hair. Goodness. Sorry, y'all. Baby, I said, I'm reading, baby. Sorry. I love you, King. You are a beautiful woman, but you don't have the right shape head to wear hair that high. That's your opinion, Robert. When I want your opinion, I ask for it. Well, excuse me, Drea, but up until now, you've always been interested in my opinion, just like I'm interested in yours. Right now, I want to be left alone. So I left her alone. Negro, please. Negro, please. Did you really? Okay. Where the hog ties and all that stuff come in. Anyway. But the more time passed, the elephant in the room got so big until there wasn't any room left for the two of us. Once I was in the whirlpool at home, when I got out, I cut my foot off on a bottle that I left on the floor. The cut was bad. And as I walked around the house, I left a trail of blood. It looked like a massacre. I was waiting for Drea to say something, show a little concern, but she didn't say a word. Maybe because you were beating on her and she didn't give a damn. If you cut your toe, your eyeball fell out, your tongue slipped out your mouth, your penis fell off. Yeah, that sounds about right. Maybe she figured I could take care of myself and get to a doctor on my own. I didn't want that. I wanted her to take care of me. She finally broke down, cried, and took me to the doctor. There were moments when we took care of each other's feelings and were still respectful. More and more, though, there were moments when she didn't want to deal with me, and I didn't want to deal with her. We were living in the same house, but we were a million miles apart. All right, I challenged her. If you really don't love me, I dare you to take off your wedding ring and throw it into the pond out back. Her wedding ring, by the way, cost $50,000. Drea took the dare. Plunk! Man, I couldn't believe it. I offered $10,000 to anyone who could fish that ring out of the pond. No one could. Yeah, Negro, she was done with you. Dun, 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 dun. Good job, Drea. Good job. Living with me was rough. Under all the pressure, I'd gotten out of shape and gained weight. I'd gone from being R.KELLY to R.BELLY. That's what he said. No more this. No more Mr. Nasty Time. No more Mr. Nasty Time. Went from that to this. Woo, child. He did, yeah. He was a little heavy. You got so heavy on me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Heavy. You got so. Oh, don't body shame him, mama. Ooh. Please. Let's continue, y'all. I gotta read it back now. Living me was rough. Under all the pressure that I'd gotten out of shape and gained weight. I've gone from being R.KELLY to R.BELLY. I was eating wrong and not getting enough sleep. I was irritable. He sounded like he was being messy, boy. Drea said I was taking my frustrations out on her. Yeah, like hog tying and leaving her there for hours. Yeah, I think so. She was probably right, but I gave no ground. The way you're acting around here, I said, I don't think you love me anymore. She didn't answer. She knew her silence would make me mad. I said it again. I don't think you love me, Drea. Again, she said nothing. All right, I challenged her. If you really don't love me, I dare you to take off your wedding ring and throw it into the pond out back. Her wedding ring, by the way, cost $50,000. You don't want to dare me, she said. The hell I don't. You might not like what your dare will make me do. I'm still daring you, he said. Drea took the dare. She marched out to the yard and threw the ring in the pond. Plop. Man, I couldn't believe it. I offered $10,000 to anyone who could fish that ring out of the pond. No one could. The drama built. Drea started talking about divorce. In a fit of anger, I told her I'd rather throw all my money into Lake Michigan than give her 1 cent. She said she'd take the children, and one night, she did. She was even able to get a restraining order against me. Oh, just for no reason, right? Oh, okay. They just grant restraining orders for people for no reason. Okay. Oh, poor you. Poor you, R.KELLY. Poor you. All this happened when my serious legal problems were getting more serious every day. To Drea's everlasting credit, though, she proved loyal when it really mattered. Even as we were streamrolling towards divorce, she never badmouthed me to the media. As a matter of fact, she did just the opposite. In a long interview with Essence magazine, Drea, the woman exiting my life at the time, vouched for me. When the writer asked about the charges against me, Drea said, come on. Who would believe all that? That's why they call them allegations. Oh, that you're sitting your natural behind up and alleging too. Oh, okay. Being the lioness that she is, Drea said her number one priority was keeping her kids shielded from the media madness in our lives. Although our divorce was imminent, one of Drea's comments in the Essence article touched my heart. Whatever happens to us, I will love that man to that day I die. That was close, wasn't it, Drea? Okay. Her faith in my innocence took some of the bitterness out of our divorce. But it was still a tremendous blow. As a kid, I always dreamed of a happily ever after marriage. The destruction of that dream was heartbreaking for everyone, Drea, me, and especially the kids. Now, after I knew it was over, after I knew that all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty back together again, I decided to go to the movies to get away from it all. I went by myself and saw a love story called The Notebook. I loved every minute of that film. It was about a man and a woman from different walks of life who made it through all kinds of obstacles. Their relationship was challenged, but their love conquered every one of their challenges. In the end, living in an old age home, they died in each other's arms. As the film credits started to roll, I couldn't move. I burst into tears. People walking past me patted me on the back, trying to console me. The Notebook was beautiful. And I was crying because its hero and heroine had died together. But I was also crying because I remembered a Valentine's Day when a helicopter dropped a rainfall of roses that had come and gone. My marriage had died. And there was nothing I could do to bring it back. Everywhere I looked, I saw Africa. Still waiting. The beginning of another new year, 2007, the hearings, the depositions, the postponements, long years gone by, and the trial still hanging over my head. Still praying, still keeping my chin up. What to do? Make more music. Redouble my efforts. I made an album called Double Up that dropped in the spring of 2007, 5 months after my 40th birthday. The title track had me reunite with Snoop, and on other tracks, I hooked up with Switch Beats, Nelly, Chameleonaire, T.I., T-Pain, Usher, Huey, Ludacris, Kid Rock. Uh-oh. Are we naming the people that he's going to snitch on? Allegedly. Anyway. Polo, the Don, and Keisha Cole. Now, there's a story behind the first single, I'm a Flirt remix. Originally, I'd done the song for Bow Wow's album, and it was supposed to be his second single. Oh, thank God. Whew, I love me some Bow Wow. Don't please let me find out. But when I got a copy of the album, the song wasn't listed anywhere. Turns out they had made it a bonus track. Oh, no. Oh, he wrote for Bow Wow too. Damn. Who haven't he touched? I love the song and I didn't want it to go to waste. So I decided to remix and do my own version. I called in T.I., oh Lord, and T-Pain, Jesus, to get on the track with me. And they blessed the record. From bonus track on someone else's album, I'm a Flirt remix went to number 1 on the rap chart, number 2 on the hip hop and R&B charts, and 12 on the Hot 200 chart. Double Up hit number 1, and the collaborations including Same Girl, my duet with Usher, were big hits. But the 2 songs that got lots of attention were the ones where I once again messed with the metaphors. Stop messing with my artists. Gosh, I ain't got it. It's getting slim pickings out here. The Zoo was my very own version of the film Jurassic Park. Girl, I got you so wet it's like a rainforest. Like Jurassic Park, except I'm your sexosaurus. Baby, you and me hopping like 2 kangaroos, rattling and moaning out here in these woods. The other song was Sex Planet. Jupiter, Pluto, Venus, and Saturn. I'm leaving Earth to explore your galaxy. 10 to 0 blast off. Here we go. We'll be climacting until we reach Mercury. That didn't rhyme, but okay. Maybe it was the way I said it. Okay, let me keep going. For reasons I can't explain, the song became a big hit with indie rockers and made a number of their top 10 lists in 2007. On the street though. What's it? Okay. On the street though, the song that people were talking about was Real Talk. It was raw, it was funny, it was real. I made my first viral video for Real Talk. Low budget and raw and straight to the point. As year after year went by and the trial drew closer, my frustration sometimes got the best of me. I prayed for calmness and acceptance, and sometimes calmness and acceptance entered my heart. Other times, though, like a caged beast, I got tired of being behind the bars of judgment. I was weary of folks assuming they knew everything about my life, assuming I just had to be guilty, and people thinking the worst of me. I was just tired of it all. Nigga, we didn't judge wrong, did we? At the same time, I was listening to up-and-coming singers copying my style, from the sound of my vocals to the type of songs I write and sing. That's okay. In the beginning, I bit off the styles of Charlie Wilson and Aaron Hall, just like Ray Charles bit off Nat King Cole's style at the start of his career. Like everyone else, we need role models until we develop our own musical personalities. Everybody starts out singing what they know, what played in their houses, their neighborhoods, and on the radio. It's just the way it is. I'd rather be hated for who I am than to be loved for who I'm not. Well, ain't that telling? Yeah, we really hate you for who you are, sir. You're absolute. That's a good speech. That's a good line right there. I'd rather be hated for who I am than to be loved for who I'm not. And sir, you're not what we love. What your behavior is, we don't love that. So you're absolutely right. We definitely hate you for who you are. Okay. Yeah. Let's continue. I concur. Don't those fingers look like they stink? Look, they've been cleaning the little butt. Ugh, stinky fingers. In the beginning, it was flattering, but then it became annoying when certain singers started creating press for themselves by bad mouthing me. Suddenly, they were telling me what to do. From the first day when I was starting out until this very day, I would never in a million years tell Stevie Wonder what he should do with his music. I have too much respect for man. He came before me and paved the way for every singer that came after him. You would never hear me criticizing anything done by Stevie or Marvin Gaye or Sam Cooke or Curtis Mayfield. They taught me and inspired me. Well, I don't believe any of them was, not allegedly, was beating, was molesting, sodomizing, abusing individuals. So, yeah. Yeah. When the press asked for my reaction, I wouldn't even discuss it. Didn't want to play into hands of media hungry up and commas. But wait a minute, Kels, one reporter of press. This young singer has given his opinion of you. Shouldn't you respond? No, I insisted, because opinions should be born out of the right motive. Those opinions you were discussing came only from people looking for publicity for themselves. That's all you have to say? He asked. One other thing, I added. Elephants don't swat flies. Nigga, please. I wasn't looking for publicity. I was still in search of new musical galaxies. The 1996 documentary When We Were Kings had a powerful impact on me. Oh, don't tell me you messed with that one too. The film captured the intensity before the heavyweight championship battle between George Foreman and Muhammad Ali in Zaire. The film showcased champions of the sports world, Ali and Foreman, and champions of music world, James Brown, B.B. King, and Wayne Henderson. These champions drew attention back to Africa, the motherland. I will never forget the footage of Ali traveling all over Zaire with children, adults, everyone screaming, Ali, Boombaye, Ali, Boombaye. Ali's obvious love for Africans and their unshakable faith, convinced, and deep ancestral love for him were inspiring. As a son of Africa, oh, really? Nigga, child. Okay. I wanted some of that. I wanted to feel my homeland. Nigga, you from Chicago. Stop. Just touch it, experience it, and sing about it. I felt a deep spiritual connection with a place I'd never been. Oh, right. I wanted to integrate its rhythms and harmonies and meld its music with my music. I had long hungered to go to Africa to see the motherland for myself, but I had never had the opportunity. And since the court case came up, I couldn't travel outside the country because my passport had been taken away. I heard that I was known there, but I didn't feel the time was right for a visit. I also felt I needed to make an African album first, to tickle their fancy. Yeah. I'd heard a lot about the problems in some, not all, parts of Africa: poverty, war, and the lack of things we take for granted. Oh, yeah, like your freedom, sir. Mm-hmm. Clean water, for example, and I also was aware of the spread of fatal diseases like AIDS and malaria. No herpes there. The idea of viruses and how they spread and affect people got me thinking, what if there was a positive virus, something that if people got infected with, it would spread healing instead of sickness? In a way, that's what music is, a virus that spreads hope and joy. It can bring healing by bringing people together. That's the virus that the world needs. So when I set out to write the songs for what I call the Africa album, I knew that I wanted to bring healing and love to my African brothers and sisters, a family that I had not even met yet. Yep, nigga, child. I'm a method writer. Negro, you are not a writer at all, though. But I concur. Continue. To prepare to record what I call the Africa album, I bought every DVD and book on Africa I could find. I bet those books was pictured. He had the audibles. I took them to the studio and placed them all around me. I had posters and maps of Africa hung on the walls. I told you they was picture books. I told y'all. Told you. I had my assistant convert the chocolate factory into Africa. We brought in grass and sand and trees, and everyone coming into the studio had to dress in safari gear. Now, I wanted to bring as many props in as I could so I could get deeper into the spirit. As I sang, everywhere I looked, I saw Africa. I tapped into the spirit and felt all the energy, tragedy, joy, and sadness that my ancestors had experienced. The rhythms came out, the melodies emerged, the harmonies fell from the sky. Don't ask me why or how, but I was singing songs with sounds entirely new yet incredibly old and strangely familiar. My idea was to give the Africa album away in Africa, like a free vaccine, as a way to spread healing and inspiration. Needless to say, the record company did not support the idea of an album of all inspirational music because they knew it was fraudulent. But I concur. It wanted me to get back to the sexual songs that are my trademark. That's your roots. See, that's your roots. Yeah, they know that stuff was fraudulent. It also didn't understand the concept of giving away music. So for a while, the record sat on the shelves in the chocolate factory. But little by little, I've managed to get a lot of Africa album out over the years. The song Let Your Light Shine was released to raise money for victims of Hurricane Katrina, a tragedy. A tragedy, where's it? Oh, yeah, a tragedy that affected me deeply. I got to perform the song on the BET telethon, but I could barely get through the song thinking about what had happened to people of New Orleans. Heal It and Victory, 2 songs on the Epic album. A collection of my inspirational songs were also originally written. There he go. Written for the Africa album. It was like living in an African dream, but it was nothing like the dream that came true when I actually visited the motherland. That's how he looking in jail. I'm stuck in a basement sitting on a tricycle, getting on my nerves. Going out of my mind, I thought she was fine. Don't know if my body's hers. Anyways. The trial. May 9, 2008. The final legal nightmare was about to get underway. Amid all the media hoopla, the day was finally here, the day of reckoning. 2 weeks before the trial, though, a woman had popped out of nowhere with a new accusation. Our private investigators checked her out. They advised me that she was not a credible witness. Nonetheless, my attorneys were nervous. This was the first time I saw them sweat. They said they thought I should cop a plea. But I'm not guilty, I said. We know that, but you'll get less time if you cop. And we are not likely the way the jury is looking. Well, I I am liking the way the jury is looking. I countered. I think they believe. I don't think those people want me to go to jail. The prosecutors are offering you a deal that means only 8 months in jail. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. If the jury is looking to be against me, why is the prosecutor looking to deal? I asked. Look, Rob, they said, you do what you want, but we're extremely nervous. 8 months isn't bad. What's bad? I said. Is even one day. What's bad is the 7 years that I've had this court case hanging over my head. One day in jail means that I've copped to these charges. How can I have a career behind that? 8 months is better than 15 years. My business manager motioned me into a separate room and said, Rob, I think the judge is against you and the jury will follow. I think you should take the deal. I snapped on his ass and said, man, don't ever go against me. I got God with me. I got my gut instincts telling me to do what's right. I don't need you to tell me to cave in. I'm paying them off. I sent the parents on vacation and we good. Allegedly. He kept quiet as we went back into the room with the lawyers. You made a decision, Robert? They asked. I'm not copping to nothing, I said. Just do the job I'm paying you and them to do and be quiet. We good. We ain't got no proof. All right, I'm paying everybody. Shut up. We got this. We will, they said, but don't say we didn't warn you. Before that moment, when people asked if I was scared, I'd say no, just a little scared. My attorney's words, though, put fear in my heart. Yet, my faith was still there. Faith got me to sleep the night before the trial. Faith got me up in the morning. Faith got me dressed into the courtroom on time. Faith got me to stick by my decision. No deal. Well, funny thing, because faith got your behind put in jail. Ain't that funny how fate turns his veering head? Shouts out to Miss Rogers. Hey, Miss Rogers, I wonder if you tune in tonight. If you're not, I love you. I know you will be later. I concur. My lawyers managed to show that some of the witnesses who testified against me were angry at me for personal reasons that had nothing to do with the case. Some of the witnesses contradicted themselves in their testimony, which made it hard to believe them. Of all the witnesses who had testified against me, everyone was angry at me for personal reasons that had nothing to do with the case. One claimed I had promised him a recording deal. Another was mad that I didn't loan him money. Each was prejudiced. Each was looking for his 15 minutes of fame up there on the stand. My attorney, Ed Jennis. There go Bobo. Hold on, y'all. Sorry. Sorry, y'all. Baby boy came in here. Let me keep reading. With his expert cross-examination, caught many of them in a web of contradictions. I knew my case was strong. But when the prosecutor stood and gave her closing argument, man, she was really good. She was really strong. Sorry, y'all. She almost had me believing I was guilty. She painted me as the most dangerous man on earth. She was downright brutal. I figured, though, that was her job. Tomorrow, she'd be in another courtroom calling some other dude the most dangerous man in the world. Next was the closing argument by one of my lawyers. I prayed for him to be as persuasive as the prosecutor, and he was. He was great. The jury was instructed to deliberate, so we waited an hour, then 2, then 4, then 6, then 7.5 hours later, we were told a verdict had been reached. Back to the courtroom, back to my seat, surrounded by my legal team. The wait was over. The judge hadn't returned to the courtroom. Meanwhile, I was sweating. Then, out of nowhere, a man handed me a card from his cigar shop. He whispered in my ear, "I know you love stogies, and we love to have you out to try some of the merchandise." I gave him a half smile. I wasn't sure what his gesture meant. I told my attorney what had just happened and asked him if that was a good sign. "Yes," he said, but he wasn't smiling. Finally, the judge entered and called for the jury. As they walked in, I watched their faces count for count. The judge asked the chief jury what they had found. I heard the words, "not guilty," spoken 12 times. Not guilty on every count. Oh, well, yeah, we heard the jury speak 9 times this time, and guilty on every count. My, how time flies, right? Over and over again, we heard guilty. Okay. Over and over again, I said, "Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus." The policemen in the courtroom, who up until the verdict had been acted like real hard asses, were now smiling and shaking my hand. I feel like the world was hugging me. Heaven was hugging me. Someone from MTV. Oh, that was good. That was a whole rap. The world was hugging me. Heaven was hugging me. Someone from MTV. Remix. No, I'm just playing. Someone from MTV managed to snag an interview with my attorney immediately after the trial. My lawyer broke it all down, explaining exactly why the jury found me not guilty. The prosecution's star or surprise witnesses never took the stand. I wonder why. Yeah. That was stupid to put in this book. I wouldn't even put that in there. The prosecution's star or surprise witnesses never took the stand because you paid them off, allegedly. Oh, but isn't it funny how we're going back to Chicago? Yeah, you have no dinero to get rid of them this time. Including the woman that the prosecution believed to be the woman in the tape. In spite of her disposition to the contrary, the Chicago Sun-Times reporter, Jim DeRocas, and that's who we were supposed to be reading the book, you guys, who broke the story and was the first to receive the supposed sex tape, took the fifth and refused to testify. Instead, juries had to rely on testimonies of conmen and hustlers, he explained. He specifically mentioned one individual, the fiance of the state's key witness, and an attempt to solicit a payoff from me. He is an absolute extortionist and tried to extort me personally, my attorney told MTV. I was angry about that. I am upset about that. I went down there and they absolutely hit me up for $350,000 that Mr. Kelly was supposed to pay. I heard the words not guilty spoken 12 times. Not guilty on every count. Over and over again, I said, thank you, Jeeves. Thank you, Jeeves. Thank you, Jeeves. As for me, I was too emotional to give any interviews. After the verdict was read, I went to the bathroom and broke down and cried. I had to share that moment with my mother in heaven. I could feel her crying alongside me. The moment one flood of tears ended, I burst into another. I just couldn't stop crying. And I couldn't stop thanking God as I left the courtroom. Tears flowed freely as people blew kisses, slapped me on the back, congratulated me, or wished me well. I was so dazed, I felt like I was being kidnapped. When I got to my car, my boys snatched me inside. Marvin Sapp, the gospel great, was blasting on the radio, singing a song I've sung at my shows. I never would have made it. Really? Really? Oh, okay. Praising the one and only God who saw me through. Within minutes, my phone was blowing up. People who had testified against me were calling to apologize, to say that they really hadn't meant it. Did I forgive them? Yes, I forgave everybody. I just wanted to get back to my normal life. Where do you want to go now? My crew asked. McDonald's. God dang it. God dang it. This thing. McDonald's. 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 I've got to get a double cheeseburger and fries, Lord. I forgave everybody. I just wanted to get back to my normal life. Victory. My dream was about to finally come true. I'd been invited to Africa, and now, after the trial, with my passport restored, the time was right. My first trip to Africa in July 2009 was monumental for me. I was invited to perform at 2 VIP concerts at the close of the Arise Africa Fashion Awards, an annual event that spotlights up-and-coming African fashion designers. It was an experience like no other. My African fans came out in droves to the concerts in Johannesburg, Cape Town in Nigeria. Most fans there had grown up listening to my music, but had never seen me because the visit was a long time coming. I was overwhelmed by raw, pure love. The last time I had that feeling was back when I was street performing. My first visit to Africa reminded me of the time when there was no pressure to live up to a megastar's image. African people just accepted me and loved me without really knowing me. It was one of the highlights of my career and beginning of a relationship that would help me define the global significance of my music. While there, I felt like Ali. I jogged in the streets with the kids for 2 days. I ran drills and trained with the South African Army. Night after night, fans sang my name in their songs. I met Winnie Mandela. She took me on a tour of Soweto, Soweto. I said Sawiti, Lord. I was invited to Nelson Mandela's house, which had more security than an airport. I was humbled and honored to meet the great man. Madiba, as he is called by the people of South Africa, was surrounded by many of his children and grandchildren. One of his great granddaughters, Zanini, was a fan of mine and wouldn't let me out of her sight. When I sat down at the piano to sing my song, Soldier's Heart, you stood on the front line. You led the way right out of the darkness. You could have let us go astray. You were ready to die for our sake. That takes a soldier's heart. And dedicated it to her grandfather. Zanini Mandela sat right next to me on the piano bench. Girl, how old were you? I'm just saying, I wonder how old she was. Meanwhile, back in the States, I released my 9th studio album, Untitled, in 2008. One. Okay, there go the damn one again. I had originally planned to release it as 12 play 4th quarter, but when all of the material leaked by way of the internet, I had no choice but to scrap the idea and start from scratch. In the meantime, a management associate suggested that I release my first mixtape for the streets to tie fans over while I started recording again. That was how the demo tape Gangsta Grills remixes of popular R&B hip hop standards and some of my original work came to be. It was also around this time that I was approached by Clive Davis to work with Whitney Houston on her comeback album. I did 2 songs. Oh, Whitney. Oh, Whitney. Girl, I can't listen to another. Oh, no, Whitney. No, she didn't have no choice. Yeah, not messing with Clive Davis. He put that together. Oh, Whitney. Let me see what songs I'm going to have to mute. Oh. Who didn't he work with? Oh, the horror. I did 2 songs for the album, and one of them, I Look to You. Oh, no. I Look to You. Oh. Whitney. Damn it, girl. Was the first single released and a number 1 hit for Whitney. Yes, it was, Jesus. Yes, it was. The Untitled album debuted in December 2009. I'm upset about that. God dang it, Whitney. Where's Bobby? Bobby! Where were you? On the Billboard's 200 chart with the big club hit Superman. Superman Hot. Featuring OJ the Juice Man, Carrie Hilson, and I sang number 1. Carrie. Now that's why your career tanked. Not because you threw digs at Beyonce, because you worked with Kelly. Damn it. Untitled was a sexy record where many of the songs like Echo, which had me yodeling, took me in a new vocal directions. I also produced a song called Pregnant, which blended my voice with Tyrese. And Robin Thicke. See, that's why we can't find him nowhere. And The Dream. Now it's a nightmare. Gosh darn it, Dream. When I wrote it, I was thinking of how Quincy Jones had done something similar with Barry White, El DeBarge, Albie Shore, and James Ingram in The Secret Garden. Oh my gosh, that was so here in the garden. Okay, yeah, let me stop. Oh, yes. Oh, that's my song. I wanted to challenge myself to see if I could do something just as lush and beautiful for me. Untitled is still an undiscovered jewel. I don't think it got the kind of promotion it deserved. Soon after the release of Untitled, my longtime consultant and producer of Trapped in the Closet, R.KELLY, told me that FIFA, the international association that governs world soccer, was seeking submissions for a special album being created for the 2010 FIFA World Cup games. FIFA? It's FIFA? Sorry. FIFA? Thank you, baby. For the 2010 FIFA World Cup games, which were to be held in South Africa. The first time a World Cup match will be played on the continent of Africa. They were also looking for 3 special songs to represent the games: the World Cup mascot theme, the closing ceremony song, and finally the official anthem of the 2010 World Cup. And suggested I write and submit something. She warned me that it was a long shot, that every artist in the world was trying to get one of those slots, and that even though I had been found innocent in the case, many corporate brands might still shy away from any association with me. Good job. With my basketball mentality, I can get really competitive. The opportunity to have my song considered as the anthem for the World Cup games and the fact that it was a long shot got my adrenaline pumping overnight. I went to the bookstore and bought every book and DVD it had on soccer and immersed myself in my research. Picture books, family, picture books. I watched soccer on TV and ran drills with the Chicago Fire Soccer Club, which was one of the USA teams. To get a better feel for the game, I watched Invictus, the Clint Eastwood film starring Morgan Freeman and Matt Damon, about how Nelson Mandela used rugby to help unite the people of South Africa during the 1995 Rugby World Cup game. I didn't want to write a song that was just about soccer or the World Cup. I wanted it to be bigger than that. I believe music can guide us into a world of peace. And I wanted a song that could speak to humanity on a global scale. I dug deep inside to find something that would inspire people like I Believe I Can Fly had inspired millions. In the same way that I Believe I Can Fly wasn't just about basketball, I wanted another song that explored the known and the unknown. We know we're missing love in this world. We know we need love to survive, but we don't know how to get there. I searched for words that spoke to the healing possibilities of love. Keep in mind, my trial and victory were still fresh in my mind. I've always said that the depth of my struggle will determine the height of my success. If there's no fire, there's no scream. If there's no scream, no one will hear you or come to help. No continent has struggled more than Africa, especially South Africa. And sign of a victory is a testament to its struggle. It's about what Africa has been through, what it is going through, and mainly what Africa will overcome. I can feel the spirit of the nations, and I can feel my wings riding the winds. Yeah, I see the finish line just up ahead now, and I can feel it rising deep within. Oh, yeah. And that's the sign of a victory. Womp, womp, womp. I love going where I'm sell. Child. I guess that the continuation was celebrated. Braided, not just tolerated. The song is an uplifting message of victory. It blends it blends American R&B and pop with the Sawido spiritual singers, Zulu choir chants, and African musical influences. I watched video tapes of the Soweto spiritual singers, listened to them, and just fell in love with their music instantly. The song would not be incomplete without a touch of gospel. Child. Part of the rules for the World Cup anthem was that the song include a performance by an African artist or group, as this was a massive global event that would shine the spotlight of the world on Africa. They wanted to make sure that local African talent got some of that glow as well. I reached out to my label in South Africa and asked them if they could help me find a choir to sing on the track. They introduced me to a South African gospel choir, the Soweto Spiritual Singers. After watching some performances, footage, and listening, baby. Oh, it's okay. Sorry, y'all. I told y'all my hubby playing. After watching some performance footage and listening to their music, I knew they would be perfect. The song would not be complete without their unique gospel touch. So I arranged to record it with the choir. The percussion beats combined with a chorus of heavenly African voices gave the song the stamp of authenticity. I was humbled when, not gonna even try it. You see them, the licky go, balaki yeah, nope, not even gonna try it. You see it. Co-founder of the Soweto Spiritual Singers described our effort. The song embodies the story of South Africa, hope, strength, and triumph over adversary. It is an uplifting message of victory. It blends American R&B and pop with Soweto spiritual singer Zulu choir, chants and African musical influences. Although Sign of a Victory was custom made for the event, we had to wait several weeks before we found out if the song would even be accepted for the official album. I was blown away when I learned it was selected as the official anthem for the 2010 World Cup Games. God dang it, Africa. It would also be the first track on Listen Up, the official 2010 said FIFA. What was it, baby? FIFA World Cup album. I felt like instead of dominoes falling down, things were starting to go the other way. It was dominoes up, and Sign of a Victory was the first domino to stand. The opening ceremonies for the World Cup were scheduled for June 11. God dang it, my birthday. Why are you using my birthday? Oh, God, I got to be reborn. Oh, I don't know what. No association whatsoever. Oh, The opening ceremonies for the World Cup were scheduled for June 11, 2010 at the newly built Soccer City Stadium in Johannesburg. Artists from the album, along with more than 1,500 other artists, dancers, singers, praise poets, drummers, and flag bearers, were invited to perform at the opening ceremony. I was to have the honor of performing the official anthem and was excited about my second trip to Africa and the opportunity to get another taste of the unconditional love I had experienced a year earlier. I wasn't sure who'd be there to greet me when my plane touched down. My hopes were high, but I just didn't know if my African fans cared enough to come greet me at the airport. Well, they showed up by the thousands. Newspaper accounts put the number at 10,000. Getting off the plane and seeing the sea of beautiful black faces looked biblical to me. I was in tears. I dove into the crowd so my spirit would go out to the people. When I finally made it to the car, I jumped on the roof so my fans could see me as I pumped my fist in the air. I love going where I'm celebrating, not just tolerating, where you should have stayed your black behind in Africa. Okay, maybe you should have just stayed there. Okay, because we tolerated your behind long enough. All right, goodness. And this trip to Africa was a straight up celebration. Yeah, because you didn't mess with none of their people. Okay, hopefully. The day before the World Cup opening, I attended the FIFA Fan Fest in Cape Town with the executive mayor, Dan Plato. Take part in a special celebration for Nelson Mandela during the Grand Parade World Cup welcoming ceremony. I stood beside Plato when he stepped out on the balcony of Cape Town City Hall above tens of thousands of fans. This was the same balcony from which Mr. Mandela made his first speech upon his release from prison in 1990. We were there to light the cauldron that symbolizes the everlasting light provided by Mr. Mandela's legacy. I felt very honored to be the first to light the eternal flame with the mayor. Once the cauldron was lit, with arms outstretched and with that beautiful lyrical African accent, Plato shouted, "Can you feel it?" The crowd cheered wildly. After the lighting of the eternal flame, we went to the stage area where I had been asked to sing I Believe I Can Fly. Now, I really didn't have an opening song planned for the occasion, but the mayor's words, "Can you feel it?" kept repeating in my head. The Soweto spiritual singers went on before me, and they were singing a wonderful chorus with an incredible addictive beat. The air was filled with the sound of vuvuzelas, and African horn, almost like a supersized kazoo that gives off a piercing, majestic, some say annoying sound. The sound of vuvuzelas became the soundtrack for the entire trip, as it is used for celebrations, sporting events, any kind of occasions where people are expressing joy or excitement from backstage. I asked that the choir continue to sing out the rhythm when I took the stage. They did. I walked out on this stage singing, "Can you feel it?" And again, the crowd went wow. I quickly slid into I Believe I Can Fly, and the place erupted. It was truly humbling to see all these people, from the very young to the very old, on a continent so far from Chicago, singing my song, and they knew every single word. While I was singing Fly, in the back of my head, the lyrics for Can You Feel It were forming. I was on stage singing one song while mentally scribbling another. I told one of our camera crew to make sure that he got the opening of my performance so that I could have the recording for reference. I promised myself that I complete the song once I got home, and I did. More than 85,000 fans were screaming, waving, and blowing that whatever that thing is. When I arrived at soccer stadium for the opening ceremonies of the World Cup, it seemed like everyone was in accord, showing great love. There were soccer fans from all over the world, each representing their country and their favorite team. Especially excited were the South African fans rooting for their national team, Bafana, who were competing in this first match against Mexico. Nelson Mandela himself would be in the crowd, and R.KELLY's son would soon be performing Sign of a Victory with this great man in the audience. The energy of the crowd shot into me like electricity. There's just no other way to describe it. The crowds, all that love, that energy, the very spirit of Africa electrified my senses all at once. As I was on my way to the dressing room beneath the stadium where I was to change and wait for my cue in the ceremony, a few people from the group I had been traveling with came running towards me. Somehow I could read their spirit. They were bringing bad news, which I did not want to hear, especially before my performance. I tried to get them to restrain themselves and hold off on whatever it was they had to tell me until later, but the news couldn't wait. Zanini has been killed in a car accident, they said. Zanini is gone. The words went through my heart like a bullet, but there was nothing I could do but go on the field. When the crowd saw me, the screaming and the vocals went crazy. The sound was like a gigantic swarm of bees, dressed in all black, before a gold hood and sneakers, backed by the powerful Soweto spiritual singers. I began the performance in a crouched position. I stood and sang the most powerful rendition of Sign of a Victory that I could muster. I sang for Zanini and her great-grandfather. I sang for all the grandfathers and grandmothers, all the fathers and mothers, all the brothers and sisters who have lost someone they have loved. I sang to the 85,000 people in the stadium that day, and the 2 billion people watched around the world. I sang for love itself. I sang for love itself. Looking ass boy. Okay, y'all, this is the last chapter, okay? Hands across the world. Music can be the calm after a deadly storm, delivering comfort was the reason I released the single Let Your Light Shine in 2006 as a tribute to the victims and survivors of Hurricane Katrina, and Rise Up in 2007 after I heard about the massacre of innocent students at Virginia Tech. I came back from Africa with a deeper understanding of myself and a strong desire to do even more with my music. What dwells within me is global, and my music speaks all languages. I became obsessed with the idea of world peace and accomplishing it through the brotherhood of music. Music will pave the way. This was the motivation behind Epic, an album of some of my inspirational records. The World's Greatest, If I Could Turn Back the Hands of Time, I'm Your Angel, and I Believe I Can Fly. It also included 5 new ballads, among them Can You Feel It, the song I'd heard in my head while performing in Cape Town, and Sign of a Victory. I decided to include a couple of songs from Africa, from the Africa album, in this collection as well. The prelude, Heal It, and the song Victory both fit perfectly with the album's inspirational theme. Fireworks was another song inspired by the World Cup. I wrote and recorded it the day that I got the news about Sign of Victory being chosen as the official anthem. In my mind, I could truly see the fireworks of the ceremony. My joy is recorded in that song. I Believe was inspired by the election of Barack Obama as president of the United States. Looking at it. The song came to me when he was still running for office. Usually, when I write inspirational songs, I see myself as a hero trying to save people with music. Child, please. As my involvement with Africa deepened, I had a strong desire to work with African artists, to explore African talent, to strengthen my connection with Africa, the homeland. It didn't take long for that desire to become reality. A few months after the World Cup ceremonies, I was approached by representatives from Rockstar 4000, Sony Music Africa, and Airtel. They asked if I'd participate in the 1-8 project. The concept was to create the first Pan-African supergroup. It's to be formed by 8 of the biggest artist groups from across Africa. I was asked to be the one in the 1-8. They were looking for a well-known international artist to lead his or her name to help expose African music and talent to audiences across Africa and around the world. I was asked to write and produce a song with a group of superstars from all over the African continent. Amani from Kenya, Two-Face, Idibia from Nigeria, Naveo from Uganda, JK from Zambia, Alikaba from Tanzania, 4x4 from Ghana. Okay, Mozavahaline from Gabon, and Fali and Pupa from Congo, DRC. Child, good luck with that. If I probably sliced and diced and rotated and twisted and I tried. My goal was to produce a song that rang out a 11 over the world. A 11, child, all over the world. When I sing with everything. Maybe he did write this, y'all. Maybe he did. Just saying. When I sing with everything I've been through. The song needed to be something that would convince people of all colors and all nationalities that they can come out of poverty or overcome whatever problems they're dealing with, that they can fly too. I hadn't met any of these artists before attempting to write their songs. All I had was video messages and samples of their music that they had sent me. Each artist had a unique style and characteristics. It was a true challenge, but I live for challenges, especially those that help me grow as a singer, songwriter, and music producer. After getting a handle on their individual styles, we arranged to have all the artists flown into Chicago to record, hence across the world. The song I created for the 1-8 project, usually when I work with American artists, I have some idea of their musical range, what they can or cannot do. I also know when they're being reeled and not so real. With the 1-8 artist, everything was real. I love having fun with my music. I also love working with different people, different genres of music, and different talents and gifts. It helps stretch my talents and abilities. Africa to America. Everywhere come on and spread some love. Everywhere come on and spread. Okay. Everywhere. I don't know why I want to say everyone, but everywhere come on and spread some love. We got faith and a little hope. I believe that we can heal the globe. It's time to open our eyes and see that all we need is you and me. Unity's like harmony. So let me see you stretch your arms across the world, hands across the world. I'm reaching out to the poor people, the sick and the alone. I'm reaching out to the fortunate who can build their own homes. I'm reaching out to the ones who seem to have lost their way, and I'm calling on the ones who can show them a brighter day. Ciao. I will be forever humbled by the soul to soul connections with members of my African family. I consider my continuing African experience among the highest heights on my solar coaster. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Miss McGlynn. Thank you, God. I want my song to go beyond. Hold on now. Sorry, y'all. I want my song to go beyond what I wrote it for and perhaps touch people all around the world and inspire. It's extra special doing it here in South Africa, more special than anywhere else, he said, because I believe that humanity, the spirit of people, and DNA, like they found on Geronda's shirt, all started right here in Africa. All right, love letter. We're going to stop here at 318. Y'all, we're almost finished with this book. It stops at 343, okay? And we're on page 318, okay? So we're going to stop at love letter 3 318. Okay, 318. All right, you guys. How you guys doing? How'd y'all like that so far? Let me see what you guys are saying. I'm gonna go ahead and get into these comments. Monica G said he needs to plea on those other cases and let it run congruent with the New York sentence time given. I bet this legal team will strongly advise him. Chow. Tell me about it. I mean, but y'all gotta understand this is Fed time, so it's day for day with dude. Like, ain't no good time or none of that. Fed to day for day. Think it's like, but I think it's like you still can get a percentage or whatever in Fed, but I don't think it's really that high. Simon said the solar coaster flew off the track. Yeah, it did. Oh, that's so sweet, Katie. She said, "How are you feeling?" Well, my headache has gone away. My head's not hurting anymore. I took some ibuprofen before getting on so I can be geared up. Because, like I said, I was on counsel. I'm not gonna lie, because my head was throbbing, and I got a lot of stuff I got to catch up on. And I just been working, and y'all, it devastated me. My freaking mom hurt my little feelings today, y'all. She was like, she called me, she FaceTimed me, right, and she was like, I got to schedule an appointment to talk to you now. I said, Mama, don't say that. She was like, no, I'm just planning. I'm playing. I don't like that. Don't say that, because it made me feel bad, because I'm like, dang, am I overdoing it? But yeah. So I just was going to cancel today, but because my head was throbbing, but I feel better now. I'm okay. My head is fine. I just was like, it was just hurting so bad. I couldn't even get myself together. So I said, you know what? Let me just at least come on here and podcast it out, do an audio. If it's good for R.KELLY, it can be good for me too, right? All right. See what you guys got to say. I got a few more minutes, and we're going to wrap it up at 2 hours. I've been trying to get better with my time, because I know a lot of you guys like to watch the playback, and them 3-4 hour long lives is ridiculous. Oh, also, hold on. Let me see if I can put it in here. Let me see if I can put it in here. I got a special treat for you guys. If I can get it loaded. I'm loading it up. Hold on. Bear with me. I'm trying to get permission first. Let me see if I can get permission first. And it's loading. Yay, okay. Okay, it's loaded, and I got permission to use it. Yay. So I got a little treat for you guys. Oh, excuse me. So there it goes. It's finished. So I know I started I know I started the live with, shouting out my brother in regards to it being a year that he's been gone. It is a beautiful day, because today the Clarys celebrate 29 years of marriage. So shouts out to them. I composed this video on behalf of them. Check this out. It's a lot of exclusive content pertaining to them. Check it out. Yay! Happy anniversary. 29 years. Yo. Oh my my goodness. Happy anniversary to the Clarys. 29 years, man. And to be able to say that, that's a beautiful thing. To go through what they went through. Congratulations to you guys and happy anniversary to you guys. You guys are so loved. And happy anniversary to you guys. So I know that my brother is down. He's down right now. He's not feeling too good. But he has a lot of special things in store for his beautiful wife. So I'm excited to see her reaction with everything. But not for nothing, shouts out to the Clarys, Miss Alice and Angelo. Congratulations and happy anniversary to you guys and your 29 years of wedding marriage. You know what I'm saying? So congratulations, you guys. I just wanted to share that with you guys. You said I could. So I thought that was sweet. He reached out to me. I'm gonna give y'all a little secret, a little tidbit behind it. He was like, man, it's my anniversary. And I want to put something together for Alice. I was like, I got you. It's like, man, 29 years. I ain't that creative no more. I was like, I got you. So, I was honored to be able to get that over to him for him to share with his beautiful wife. That woman is gorgeous, man. But not for nothing, you guys. Shouts out to them and this beautiful occasion for them or whatsoever. So I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and get back into the chat. I just wanted to share that with you guys because I know we started the leg of the live a little down because I was telling y'all about the anniversary of my brother's death today. But I wanted to end on a lighter note. Not for nothing. Monica G says, do anyone know how much time Harvey Weinstein got? We can find out. See, this is the time we will do that now. I'll find out for you. But I do know he paid a lot of those victims. Yep. Harvey Weinstein. Let's see. Let's see. Wow. Y'all ready to hear this? Okay, let me put it on the screen. Y'all know I like to share. I like to share my screen. I don't like to just say stuff. So it says here. Let's click on it and see what it says. Can y'all see that? Okay. All right. It says here, lawyers for disgraced U.S. film producer Harvey Weinstein have launched an appeal against his conviction for rape and sexual assault. Weinstein, 69, was convicted in New York City in February 2020. I told y'all, okay? Told y'all, and that was done very quietly. Did nobody do all of this what everybody else is doing? But anyway, it's not for nothing. Goes on to say, February 2020, and later sentenced to 23 years in prison. Okay? It was seen as a landmark moment in the Me Too movement against the sexual abuse and harassment of women. So 23 years, y'all. Harvey Weinstein was sentenced to 23 years. 23 years, Monica, to answer your question. So Harvey Weinstein was sentenced to 23 years. Okay. And you got to understand all the charges that he had against him. You know what I'm saying? All the people that came forward. It wasn't really that many, that actually came forward. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Let's see. Anybody else got anything to say? Ask a question. I would open it up, but y'all not tonight. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I'm about to actually wrap it up here. We've been on for 2 hours. I love y'all so much. I do, and I'm grateful for you guys so very much. You guys show up and show out. But again, please, you guys, please head over to my community tab. Please, I need you guys to head over there and we need to get this poll done because I need to know what I need to start getting a hold of and getting reading. And if it is Yolanda's book, then I need to get a hold of Yolanda so we can figure out if we can get her on the show, you guys. We know she watches. So let's see if we can get her on the show. Okay. So you guys, please head on over to my community tab and go ahead and put your vote in. Okay. Now, if nothing more, that is the video, you guys. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in again and again and again. Shouts out to the R. Kelly case open discussion where I actually was able to obtain the book that we're reading right now. Okay. So shouts out to them. All right. And tomorrow is that's right. Tomorrow is Where Were the Parents Wednesday, where we take a look at worldwide situations and ask ourselves, well, where were the parents? In lieu of everything going on with this whole R. Kelly situation and trial, we tend to forget all the other stuff that's been going on in the world that, parents had no idea, but not for nothing. That is what we have going on tomorrow's. And with that being said, I want to shout out to the world's greatest research team. Yes, my research team are dope. Okay. Shout out to the WIT Squad research team. There's Octavius, there's Hannah, there's Vicky. I love you guys so very much. Thank you guys for your contribution to the channel. I wouldn't be anywhere in the world without my research team. I cannot sit on my platform and take all the credit as if I do this. I did before, but now I got help, and I'm okay with saying thank you guys for helping and assisting with what I have to do in regards to researching all these stories. So I will actually be bringing you guys the research on behalf of my WIT Squad research team on Wednesday when it comes to Where Were the Parents. I will disclose what we're going to be talking about probably roughly 15 to 20 minutes prior to. I try to keep the element of surprise on there so you guys can pile in and see what we're going to be discussing. It's going to be always entertaining. It's going to be insightful, and it's going to make you ask yourself, well, where were the parents in that situation? Okay. Not for nothing, you guys. Thursday, I'm actually breaking in my new segment, Straight Talk with Whitney D, okay, where I give you my advice and opinions. Check out this teaser to get you guys ready for Thursday. Hello, you guys, and welcome to Whitney D TV. I am she, and this is Straight Talk with Whitney D. And know that I'm going to give my honest to God opinion in anything that you guys send to me, okay? So here we go. Thank you so much, Miss Whitney. My problem is that I don't know how to forgive myself. I was homeless and I trusted a very new friend to watch her so I could make some money. That caretaker's son beat my daughter, and she now has permanent brain damage. She no longer walks and struggles to talk. My question is, how could I move forward? Thank you, Miss Whitney. All right, LSG. Gosh, like, in all honesty and seriousness, like, this is very sad. It's very sad. And upon me reading it, I was overwhelmed with emotions. I had to gather myself up, and I said, okay, she's reaching out and she needs advice. So this is it, okay? This is my honest God opinion in regards to this situation, okay? This is the reason why I do the segment that I do, Where Were the Parents on Wednesdays. Make sure you guys check that out. But this is the reason why, because here's a parent who kind of put her child in a situation, a very unfortunate situation, due to trying to survive. So is it LSG fault for entrusting, a friend to watch her child? Yes and no. Yes, I'm excited about this new segment. Okay, so make sure you guys tune in on Thursday. That's already pre-scheduled, so you actually can head on over to my channel, click on the premiere link that's there, and you can actually set your reminder so you guys won't miss it. Okay, and then not for nothing, like we do always on Fridays. So, if you guys have nothing more to do on Friday, check your girl out. We'll be having a good old time, okay? But if nothing more, you guys, thank you guys for tuning in so very much, okay? And if you want to get anything to me in regards to the YouTube channel, make sure you send it to reviewswithwhitneyd@gmail.com, okay? And I promise you I will get back to you, all right? If nothing more, thank you guys so very much for tuning in to Whitney D TV, okay? I love you guys. Until next time, you guys have a blessed and safe night. Bye-bye.
Hello, trolls. Beautifully animated here. On one of Whitney's lives about R. Kelly, she had to address the troll who said she was making fun of R. Kelly when she was really just bringing humor to a toxic situation, a very troubling situation. But as far as me, I am making fun of R. Kelly. Stop trying to control Whitney's channel. Peace.